Welcome to Tech Monetize Official. If you're passionate about the future of technology and how it shapes our world, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a bold move from OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, that could reshape the tech industry as we know it, and potentially redefine how businesses and individuals interact with artificial intelligence. OpenAI is considering opening up its powerful AI infrastructure for others to use, not just their own software. This means the very backbone of their technology could soon be available to developers, companies, and innovators everywhere. Imagine if the company behind the world's most advanced AI let everyone access the digital tools that power it. Suddenly, the same resources that fuel ChatGPT could be in the hands of startups, researchers, and creators across the globe. This isn't just about a new app. It's about selling the very foundation of AI technology. It's like giving people the keys to a high-performance engine, letting them build whatever they can imagine on top of it. OpenAI could transform from a software company into a tech powerhouse, changing how innovation happens everywhere. This shift could spark a new wave of creativity and competition in the AI space. The idea comes straight from OpenAI's CFO, Sarah Friar, who recently hinted at renting out their AI systems. Her vision could open doors for countless businesses and entrepreneurs. Think of it as a world-class chef renting out their kitchen, not just serving food. It's about sharing the tools and environment that make innovation possible, not just the finished product. The implications are massive, affecting startups, tech giants, and the future of AI. It could level the playing field, giving smaller players access to resources once reserved for the elite. We'll break down what this means, why OpenAI would consider it, and how it could impact the entire industry. From business models to ethical questions, there's a lot to unpack. This is more than a business story. It's about access, power, and the next chapter in technology. The ripple effects could touch every sector, from healthcare to education and beyond. Understanding these moves matters because they shape the tools and services we all use. The decisions made today could influence how we live, work, and connect tomorrow. So let's jump in and explore how OpenAI's next step could change everything. Ready? Let's get started on this journey into the future of AI. Here's what you need to know to stay ahead in this rapidly evolving landscape. Before we go further, let's clarify who OpenAI is. You know them for ChatGPT, the AI chatbot that's everywhere. But they're much more than that. OpenAI is a cutting-edge research company aiming to make artificial general intelligence benefit everyone. Their main business? Selling access to their AI models through an API powering countless apps and services. Think of them as the brains for hire behind today's smartest tech. But running these AI models is incredibly expensive, requiring massive data centers and specialized chips. The costs are huge, and that's why OpenAI is always looking for new ways to grow. Their current model works, but the financial pressure is real. That's what's pushing them to think even bigger. Now, let's see what their next move could be. Here's the big news. OpenAI's CFO, Sarah Friar, recently suggested they might sell their AI infrastructure to other businesses. This means renting out the same powerful hardware and systems they use for their own AI. It's not happening tomorrow, but it's on their radar for the future. Right now, all their resources are focused on meeting their own demand. But eventually, they could let others tap into their world-class setup. This would turn a massive expense into a new revenue stream. It's a smart move, letting others pay to use what they've already built. If OpenAI does this, they'd shift from just making AI models to providing the backbone for the entire industry. It's a leap that could put them in direct competition with the biggest tech companies. Let's see how this strategy has worked before. To really grasp the scale of what's happening in AI, let's look at Amazon's journey for a moment. Amazon started as an online bookstore but quickly grew into a global retail powerhouse, driven by its relentless focus on technology and efficiency. To support its massive retail operations, Amazon built enormous computing systems. But then, they realized they could rent out that same computing power to others, launching Amazon Web Services, now one of the most profitable and influential parts of the company. AWS made it possible for startups and big companies alike to rent world-class computing power instead of spending millions building their own data centers from scratch. This single move didn't just save money, it sparked the entire cloud industry and unleashed a wave of innovation across the tech world. Now, OpenAI is building something similar, but with a focus on artificial intelligence infrastructure instead of general computing. If OpenAI decides to rent out its advanced AI systems, it could become the AI cloud, the essential platform for anyone who wants to build or scale powerful AI applications. This would open the doors for more people and companies to access cutting-edge technology, just like AWS did for the internet and software development. Any business, from a tiny startup to a global corporation, could simply plug into OpenAI's system and instantly get the AI power they need to compete and innovate. It's a proven playbook. Build the technology for yourself, then open it up and sell it to everyone else, multiplying your impact and revenue. If OpenAI can pull this off, it won't just be a business success. It could fundamentally reshape the entire AI landscape, changing how we all interact with technology. But what's in it for OpenAI? Let's break it down and see why this strategy could be a game changer for them. Why would OpenAI take this leap? First, money. Running AI is expensive, billions in hardware, chips, and electricity. Renting out infrastructure creates a huge new revenue stream to fund more research. It also turns a major cost into a profit center, making the business more stable. Second, it gives OpenAI strategic control, offering both the platform and the AI models, locking in customers. This deepens relationships and makes it harder for competitors to lure clients away. Third, it accelerates AI adoption everywhere, growing the market for everyone, including OpenAI. More companies using AI means more innovation and more business for OpenAI. It's a long-term play to lead and grow the entire industry. But it won't be easy. This plan isn't without big challenges. For OpenAI, the road ahead is filled with obstacles that will test not just their technology, but their strategy, partnerships, and ability to adapt. First, there's capacity. OpenAI is already stretched meeting its own demand, so scaling up for others is a massive task. Expanding infrastructure to serve a global customer base means investing in more hardware, more data centers, and more technical talent. Second, competition. The cloud market is dominated by Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, all with deep pockets, years of experience, and established customer trust. OpenAI would be going head-to-head with these giants, who are also investing heavily in AI and have vast resources to innovate quickly. Third, their partnership with Microsoft is tricky. Microsoft is both a key investor and infrastructure provider, making the relationship both an asset and a potential source of conflict. If OpenAI starts competing directly, it could strain that relationship, risking both funding and access to critical technology. Finally, running a global infrastructure business is a whole new level of complexity, involving logistics, compliance, and constant innovation. It requires world-class reliability, security, and customer support. Customers expect nothing less, and the stakes are high. One outage could be catastrophic, damaging both reputation and trust in an instant. OpenAI would need to build new teams, attract top talent, and prove they're as reliable as the established players in the industry. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Success will require patience, resilience, and a willingness to learn from setbacks along the way. But what exactly is AI infrastructure? Let's break it down. Here's what it means and why it matters for the future of technology. AI infrastructure is the backbone of modern artificial intelligence. It's the massive data centers, packed with specialized chips, that power advanced AI models. These aren't your average computers. They're built for the intense calculations AI needs. But it's not just hardware, it's also the software that manages, distributes, and cools all that power. Developers use these systems to build, train, and run AI models at scale. Renting this infrastructure is like plugging into a city's power grid instead of building your own plant. OpenAI could let companies tap into their finely tuned system, saving them huge costs and effort. It's a complete integrated platform for AI innovation. So, what happens if OpenAI actually does this? If OpenAI launches this service, the impact would be huge. It could challenge Amazon, Microsoft, and Google by offering AI-optimized infrastructure. This would force the big players to innovate faster, benefiting everyone. Startups and established companies could access top-tier AI power without massive upfront costs. That means more competition, more ideas, and faster innovation across industries: healthcare, finance, entertainment, and more. Lowering the barrier to entry could unleash a wave of creativity and breakthroughs. OpenAI would become the central hub for AI, much like Apple is for mobile apps. Their ecosystem would grow, giving them major influence over the future of technology. It's a bold move to not just lead, but build the foundation for the next era of tech. But why should this matter to you? Let's bring it home. Here's why it matters. This isn't just about business. It's about who gets to shape the future. When powerful AI becomes more accessible, we all benefit from better products, smarter services, and new breakthroughs. Lowering the barrier to innovation means more ideas, more competition, and faster progress in every part of life. But it also raises important questions about fairness, privacy, and ethics. That's why it's crucial to stay informed and engaged as these changes unfold. Understanding the business behind the tech helps us all make better choices. OpenAI's next move could set the tone for the entire industry. Whether they succeed or not, the conversation is just beginning. We'll keep you updated every step of the way. Thanks for watching Tech Monetize Official. Subscribe for more insights into the future of technology.